Hello, I'm LaBarre, and I'm really thrilled that I'll be spending some time with you in Seattle in April at the IASB convention. You know, I've spent the greater part of the last 2 decades traveling the world in search of the most adventuresome and high-impact thinkers, doers, and leaders. And on those journeys, I've spent about as much time as possible on the fringe, mixing it up with the mavericks, the heretics, and sometimes lunatics who are standing up to the status quo and inventing the future. And all the while, I've been building insight into the question, how do we make our organizations truly resilient, endlessly inventive, and genuinely inspiring? It's the kind of question that I think every organization should be thinking about, every leader should be thinking about in every realm of endeavor. And I hope to generate as much excitement, energy, and urgency around that question when I'm with you in April, and also to provide some really practical and radical approaches to wrestling with that question. And in the process, I'll take you on a journey to that fringe. Now, why go there? Well, it's really where the future starts. It doesn't start in the center or the mainstream or at corporate headquarters. It starts on the edges and the extremes. And you really have to go far afield if you want to understand truly how the future is unfolding. Now, if you sort of feel that the status quo is pretty comfortable and you like to stay there, then I suggest everyone ask themselves the question, are you truly capable of changing as fast as the world is changing? Are you capturing more than your fair share of opportunity? Are you capable of surprising your customers and your competitors day in and day out? Are you capable of reinventing yourself again and again without going through the valley of the shadow of death? And are you attracting more than your fair share of the best talent out there? Now, if your answer is no, not really, don't be so hard on yourself, because that's really the answer for most leaders in most organizations today, and there's a reason for it. The modern organization was basically invented over 100 years ago to solve for very different challenges, to maximize standardization and specialization and predictability and control, and revving up the engines of mass production and the industrial economy required strapping flesh and blood, free-thinking human beings into the straitjacket of industrial obedience. And we've never really gotten rid of that factory mentality for all the changes and the tweaks we've done around the edges. And it really requires us to fundamentally rethink, how do we manage organizations? How do we define leadership? How do we design work? And how do we create true value today? And I think that any organization or any leader that's really asking that question and wants to shift in that direction, you really need to wrestle with 3 fundamental questions. And the first is, how do we create connections with people, our customers, our clients, our partners, the wider ecosystem in which we operate, that are deeply human, enduring, inspiring, dare I say, even elevating? How do you create that kind of connection? And 2, how do we create organizations that are as human as the human beings who work within them? How do we create environments and systems for work that unleash the best gifts of every single person every day? That imagination, that passion, that inspiration and initiative that we want to see from every single person every day today. And finally, the big question everyone's asking themselves, how do you create a genuine culture of innovation? How do you lay out the welcome mat for new ideas, even dissenting ideas, and the very challenging people who usually have them? How do you light up the organization edge to edge, switch everybody on, and make them feel truly relevant and part of the conversation about where the organization is going? I'm really excited to unpack and explore those questions with you in April, to take you on a journey to the fringe and share a lot of exciting stories about some of the most just interesting and adventuresome organizations and leaders that I've met on my journeys. See you in Seattle in April.